Okay, my apologies for the confusion earlier on, as I was thinking that I was casting a game where I was playing a human. It was the computer. Yet that might give you a sense. In other words, you could see what I did wrong and then analyze that and know that, oh, I have to start the game. Sorry. And then see where the things which were amiss in that game, and then you would be able to see what not to do. I'm not too sure what went wrong, but I believe that I first of all failed my aggressive push, and it is more so the nature of the powerful Protoss which deterred that first 3 racks opening. Also bear in mind that my playing might be hindered by the fact that I'm talking while playing. As time does progress, I'll be able to multitask. But to vocalize your actions in a sort of insightful and accurate way is sometimes hard to do. I'm sure that more experienced players know whom do cast a channel know that does get better over time. Okay, we're on a wintry place, very frozen area here. There's a natural expansion. Our player is a Terran. Our enemy. Okay, I don't know what. I think I'm just going to put a supply depot down and start building a wall in front of the natural expansion's entrance. There's another thing that this psychologically suggests to the enemy that I am expanding. Whether I do or not, they will feel inclined themselves possibly to expand. The recent games I've won, I have managed to drop a critical building. For example, the one Protoss person I defeated, he died because of this freaking what happened was I dropped his cybernetics core, and you see that guy, they tried to harass me. It did work, although I think my SCV ducked behind the building and then he had to get out of there because my other guy was coming. Okay, right, what am I doing? I'm just going into a little bit of a cycle there. If you actually noticed that, I did notice that I was going around in circles, going back and rallying my command center pointlessly. Such little actions do literally nothing to increase the outcome of the game. They are little habitual things which I've observed that players do. They are completely harmless, although they can become something which draining on actual EPMs, actions per minute. I'm sitting on a lot of minerals. My vision here is to get marauders out, at least make that part of the composition. Sorry, I'm not too sure if I said, but what I do plan to do, I definitely said in the previous video that I always send out a 3 racks push, once again unconditionally, in a manner that I do it, and sometimes it assures victory, but it just is a setback for the enemy, and also it intimidates them because they might think that they're playing against a passive player. Whether that is my actual nature is irrelevant, but if you deceive them into thinking that you're aggressive, they might become less secure. They become insecure. Okay, I must just really not. I'm also a little bit of a pedantic with the micromanagement here. What's going on? These guys are mining. Did I deploy a command center? I'm not sure. No, I didn't. I mean, what? Oh, it would be visible if I did. Usually I send guys to the next mineral line that I plan to harvest in anticipation of something coming up. Okay, wait, I'm building a factory. I don't care. It is necessary tech. How is this army doing? Shit. Did the game... No, it didn't freeze. Never mind. Okay, lowering supply depot. Rally barracks there. Going. This guy's probably expanded. I bet my broomstick that there's a bunker here. Oh Jesus! There's some shit outside my base. What the hell, man? What a waste. He's out of range. Aha, he's gonna lose that, and I'll get some artillery in a moment. That was really stupid positioning. If I had no... Okay. Even though I'm not technically... Jeebus. Well, I don't know if he's even expanded himself after doing something so bold. Oh, crud. Oh, if I get a siege tank, I will be unstoppable in this situation. Frickin' hell. Okay, supply depot first. What the fuck? Okay, from his movements I would deduce that he's a gold mid-tier player. Yet why the hell positions some things in such an awkward manner? His macros annoying me. Hell, expand, what is wrong with me? Okay, go, 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 go. Just basically deploy another barracks. All of them get this. No, transition to Marauder will be far more superior in that sense. To Marauders coming out there, these guys get, because we can deploy dropship, and we'll be able to sneak up there and sabotage him dramatically. Okay, I'm going to do this. Another thing is, unfortunately, the content of the videos causes me to... bucket. I was hoping to keep the swearing and blasphemy to a minimal, but unfortunately by reflex it's impossible to prevent those things. So I have other substitutive words like shift and grud and jeebers, whatever the case may be, but it just sometimes comes out. I do not wish to distinguish myself as a heathen, where within I'm unable to speak in a non-crude or abrasive fashion. But in the heat of the game, such supposed profanities are unavoidable. And this tank is as vulnerable as spell. So I think I have a notion and a half. Oh, he can't get in there. Okay, he just goes there. If I get air units, and this would be great stuff! Don't go out there. Why is he? Is this a spy? No. Yes! I'm not impressed with this, although it's not that well placed. There's just something wrong with the way the guy executed that, the fact that I even had a way out. Yet it's still there, it's a nuisance. If he brings air units, which he probably is going to do, then I will be quite finished. I want to, oh crud, get a freaking... See, I do not wish to storm him. I am very awful at stutter step. And I have 3 tanks. I have a lot of barracks. They weren't all under the label hotkey. Yes, that's very important. Unless he has a more cunning plan. Oh, shift. Oh, okay, yes, this has been constructed. Serve me well for now. Let that kill it. No. Engineering bay, research, barrier. Heavens hell. Heavens hell. Bloody hell. Bloody. Got a reaper. I must have thought that by accident. Oh, get a turret completed! Oh, blood in a bucket, man, this frickin' thing. I'll just frickin' waste. Right. The barracks. They are not even there. And it's not cloaked. Storm. protection. I'm unable to determine the skill level of the player, but given how slow it's been, I don't think that he really means business, because unless he's toying with me, we'll see afterwards by his grouping of units and his APM what type of player he is. But I don't know if this is a pro player just toying with me and sparing me because it's good sport, or if, and my initial plan of getting Medivacs has been completely delayed because I'm distracted and I need an aggressive response. That's why I'm setting, oh right, he's scanning me. That means he's got a sleeve up his plan. He's got a plan. Or he's built a sentry tower. That is indicative of some sense of paranoia. There are those things responsible for the banshees, where I think if I don't think that I'll have much success. I send this injured guy out to see what's going on. I don't have medivacs. This is a death wish. Retreat, retreat. Okay, third command center. Get it up and going.
Research complete.
Oh, shift. What's this? Sensor tower. Okay. Given the trend that he is building sensor towers, which, forgive me if this is a foolish generalization, that is not the behavior of a professional player. So I can rest easy. So I can retreat back and just defend my base against sneak attacks, although the fact that he hasn't done any might mean that he's not going to do that. He might just be a full frontal assault guy. That was, although it was sneaky and tactically exploitative, it was not something which was indirect, that being him setting up a proxy facility there. And it was executed slightly shittily in a way, if you ask me, in my opinion. Okay, I don't see what the hell is the delay, but I have to get some Raven out. I have 4 command centers. This is a continuous trend that I build a command center and don't realize that I have one standby. Perhaps if I stop talking, I'd be more successful. I hope that is not a phrase generalizing my entire life. Never mind. Okay, this is no time for playful joke. He has secured his entire area with frickin' sensor towers. That means he's anticipating a sneaky strike. Or, on the other hand, he hates them so much that he'll do everything in his power to stop them. Yet, that could be a play of a good player. That could be behavior of a good player who's just for the sake of that, could be for the sake of securing his base, just because it's just more easier to do that. Now that I think about it, he probably is quite a much better player than me. Personally, I would never build sensor towers because the enemy is made aware of them. If they weren't revealed in that way, they would be the most ridiculous things. Sorry, I'm drying up, and as I speak further, I'm beginning to notice how irrelevant everything I say is. Where's that 4th command center? Let's put it. Would another command center really boost my resources right now? I'm not too sure. If I had frickin' armories and engineering base taking me up as I was doing all this stuff, it would be great, which I have not been doing. Now, get frickin'. Okay, well, I'm sorry, I'm starting to be a bit self-conscious of the emptiness of the wording here. Talk a little bit about the Terran. The new thing that's been introduced, which I don't use, is that Liberator thing, which is sort of it's similar to a siege tank. It's in the air, but obviously it requires a bit of mechanical brilliance behind it. What is this guy doing? Intelligence. He's building his base in a very methodical way, but so close. What does that mean? He's probably got expansions here. Why the hell would he set out to defend it all? Okay. Damn it, man. Okay, supply depot. Even though that's not required. Hey, what's this? Oh, you see these little acts of sabotage, attempted sabotage. They grind me. He probably knows that I'm more or less in existence now. But what's he going to do? I wish to see the replay of this and see what he was up to at this point in time. He's building another one. What a waste of credits, man. Jesus. I have a feeling that this is some guy who has seen that video where Massa plays Scarlet. And he either thinks it's very trendy business. I got him. I have him. Oh shit. I don't have sneakers. Oh my Jesus. Oh my god. What? Did I do that to my own or did he do it to me? I don't know. Wait. Hold on. Scan going down. I don't know how the hell, but it seems that I might have actually won that battle. As unless he doesn't have any other guys on the map. They'll get this going now. Okay. Both 4. How many factories do I have on standby? Jesus. Oh fuck. Shit me sideways, man. Okay, well, look, I wasn't even fucking present, but he took me out of all this stuff over here. Thor and Vikings. Jeebus, man. What the hell? Stupid banshees. Hate that shit. Well, they're not close, so just fight back. I'm not too sure what's gonna happen next. Perhaps I should build ravens. I'm quite fond of that thing, but there's this other ship, Raven starting energy, but 25. They need to be able to cast their main spell upon emerging from the starport. Oh, Jesus. Oh, this is the end, man. Guys, stop it. Go. This is some heavy shit. Well, damn it. Sorry, I'm trying to use humor to defend against my defeated feeling of loss, that there being despair. Well, I'm sorry, at this point I'm really rambling. I believe that I just want to see what's happening. I'm going to surrender and just analyze things that are happening behind the scenes. If I can see his APM. Okay, he was ahead almost all the time. Resources. What the hell? What? Workers active. Yeah, jeebus. There's no way of knowing how this... I'll analyze it later, not with you guys watching, because it would be proof quite dull. But that is, well, official video 1. I'm going to stop.